Welcome, brothers. In today's world, the concept of masculinity is evolving, and with it, so are the types of men women encounter. Among these, Sigma males stand out as enigmatic figures who often leave a strong impression, both positive and negative. While some women find their independence and self-sufficiency intriguing, a staggering 97% of modern women express a distinct aversion to them. But why is that? Is it their reluctance to play by the traditional rules of dating and relationships, or is it something deeper? In this exploration, we'll delve into the unique traits of Sigma males that can frustrate, challenge, and even repel women. From their unwavering self-reliance to their rejection of social norms, we'll uncover the real reasons behind this significant disconnect. Get ready for a candid look at the complexities of modern relationships and the often misunderstood Sigma male. Let's get started, brothers, and don't forget to let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Number 1. Prioritizes peace over passion. Sigma males have a unique approach to relationships that often sets them apart from the typical dynamics many women expect. For them, inner peace takes precedence over passionate chaos. They have a strong aversion to drama and emotional games, which are all too common in modern dating. This doesn't mean they lack feelings or that they're emotionally unavailable. Rather, they consciously choose to sidestep unnecessary conflict and turmoil. In a world where relationships can become battlegrounds of emotional manipulation and misunderstandings, Sigma males prioritize calm and clarity. They seek connections that are grounded in mutual respect and genuine understanding, and they thrive in environments where they can express themselves without the threat of chaos lurking around every corner. This commitment to peace can be misread by women who are used to the highs and lows of more turbulent relationships. To them, a Sigma's tranquility may feel like indifference or a lack of passion, but that's a misunderstanding of his true nature. Sigma males are not afraid to stand alone if it means preserving their inner calm. This strength can intimidate some women, making them feel they have to compete for attention or affection. In reality, Sigma males are looking for partners who can appreciate their peaceful approach, recognizing that a drama-free relationship can be more fulfilling and sustainable in the long run. It's a radical departure from the norm, and while it can be challenging for some to grasp, it's this very commitment to serenity that makes Sigma males so intriguing. Number 2, immune to validation traps. Sigma males operate on a different wavelength when it comes to relationships, which can be baffling for many women. They are largely immune to the validation traps that many women rely on to attract attention or affection. Compliments, flirtatious gestures, or subtle hints often fall flat with Sigma males. Instead of responding to these traditional signals of interest, they tend to look for deeper connections that go beyond surface-level interactions. This indifference can leave women feeling frustrated and confused as they struggle to understand why their usual strategies for connection aren't working. For Sigma males, the need for external validation simply doesn't resonate. They have an internal sense of worth that doesn't depend on the approval or admiration of others. This self-sufficiency makes them less susceptible to the games that often dominate dating culture. As a result, women may find it challenging to gauge their interest or influence their behavior. While many men might respond positively to compliments or praise, Sigma males often see these gestures as superficial, preferring instead honesty and authenticity. This resistance to validation traps can be both refreshing and maddening. It forces women to engage on a deeper level, stripping away the superficial tactics and encouraging genuine conversations. For those willing to dive into the depths, connecting with a Sigma male can be incredibly rewarding. But for others, accustomed to the usual dynamics of attraction, it can feel like trying to crack an unyielding code. This distinctive quality makes Sigma males intriguing, yet often misunderstood. Number 3, mastery over themselves, not others. Sigma males take a radically different approach to personal development that sets them apart from the typical alpha male. Instead of striving to dominate others or assert their place in social hierarchies, they prioritize mastery over themselves. This means they invest their energy in understanding their own thoughts, emotions, and abilities, continuously working to improve and refine who they are. This focus on self-mastery can be unsettling for many women who are accustomed to the more conventional dynamics of dominance and submission in relationships. In a world where status and power often dictate compatibility, Sigma males throw a wrench in the system by demonstrating that true strength comes from within. They are comfortable in their skin and are not threatened by others' success or confidence. For them, the real challenge lies in overcoming their own limitations and mastering their internal landscape. This self-sufficient mindset can be perplexing for women who expect a partner to showcase power through assertive behaviors or social status. While some women may find this self-control admirable, others may interpret it as emotional unavailability or lack of ambition. The reality is that Sigma males are simply uninterested in the typical power plays that characterize many relationships. They seek partners who appreciate their journey of self-improvement and can engage in meaningful, growth-oriented connections. This focus on self-mastery instead of dominance not only enriches their lives, but also creates a space for authentic, profound connections that defy conventional expectations. Number 4, not a fan of performative affection. Sigma males approach affection in a way that sets them apart from many others, especially in a world that often celebrates performative love. They shy away from grand gestures and public displays of affection, believing that genuine connection is best expressed in quieter, more personal moments. For them, love isn't about flashy proclamations or social media showcases. It's about deep, meaningful interactions that create a bond between two people. This understated style can sometimes leave women feeling undervalued or unappreciated, as they may not recognize the subtle ways Sigma males express their feelings. Instead of showering their partners with overt affection, Sigma males often show they care through thoughtful actions or attentive listening. They might remember the little things that matter to their partners or offer support when it's needed most. But these gestures may not have the same visibility as more dramatic expressions of love. This difference can create a disconnect, as women who expect affection to be loud and showy might interpret a Sigma's calm demeanor as indifference. However, for those who understand the value of this quieter approach, a relationship with a Sigma male can be incredibly rewarding. It invites partners to engage on a deeper level, emphasizing emotional connection over spectacle. While the style may challenge conventional expectations, it often leads to a more profound appreciation for the bond shared, showcasing love in its most authentic form. This subtlety in expressing affection is not a lack of feeling, but a testament to the depth and sincerity that Sigma males bring to their relationships. Number 5, refusal to fix others. Sigma males have a unique perspective on relationships that can be both refreshing and frustrating for women. While many people seek a partner who will help them navigate their personal growth or even take on the role of a savior, Sigma males firmly believe that each individual is responsible for their own journey. They don't see themselves as fixers or healers. Instead, they value independence and self-sufficiency, which means they expect their partners to engage in their own inner work without relying on someone else to lead the way. This refusal to fix others can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it encourages a healthier dynamic where both partners are empowered to grow on their own terms. Sigma males appreciate authenticity and often find that personal development is most impactful when it comes from within. However, this mindset can leave some women feeling unsupported or abandoned, especially if they are looking for a partner who will actively participate in their emotional struggles or help them navigate challenges. For women accustomed to partners who jump in to save the day, this self-reliance can feel like a lack of investment or care. Sigma males, however, believe that true love means respecting each other's autonomy and encouraging growth without imposing themselves on their partners. While this may be a hard pill to swallow for some, it often leads to deeper, more meaningful connections based on mutual respect and understanding rather than dependency or obligation. Number 6, invisible boundary lines. Sigma males have an uncanny ability to establish boundaries that, while not always obvious, are absolutely unbreakable. These invisible lines aren't about pushing people away or acting distant. They're about maintaining a deep sense of self-respect and autonomy. Sigma males know who they are and what they need to thrive, and they won't compromise these core principles, even in close relationships. For them, boundaries aren't walls to isolate themselves, but rather a way to protect their mental and emotional space. This quiet but firm boundary keeping can be challenging for women who are used to open book partners or those who are easily swayed in the name of connection. Some may feel entitled to certain levels of access or influence over a Sigma male's inner world, And when they find themselves gently but resolutely kept at a certain distance, it can feel like rejection. This isn't about a lack of interest or commitment. It's about a Sigma's need to remain true to themselves without losing their individuality in a relationship. Women who try to test or push these limits might find it both frustrating and intriguing. The Sigma male won't yield simply to satisfy someone else's expectations. Instead, he invites his partner to respect his autonomy as he respects theirs. For those who understand and appreciate the value of such boundaries, a relationship with a Sigma male offers depth and mutual respect. But for those expecting to break down his walls, the unyielding boundaries may remain a mystery, leaving them both intrigued and exasperated. Number 7, unaffected by popular opinion. Sigma males operate with a rare indifference to popular opinion, standing firm in their own beliefs rather than bending to social trends or pressures. In a world that constantly promotes conformity and rewards those who follow the crowd, this trait can set them apart in a way that feels both admirable and unsettling. Sigmas don't feel compelled to align themselves with the latest trend or social movement just to fit in. They think critically, question deeply, and choose their own path based on personal values rather than external validation. This independence often makes them seem uncooperative or distant, as if they're playing by a completely different set of rules. To some, this detachment from groupthink can come across as arrogance. A Sigma doesn't need collective approval to reinforce his self-worth, nor does he look to the crowd for validation of his choices. This confidence isn't born of ego, but from a deep sense of self-reliance. He's unbothered by the judgments or expectations of others, and unlikely to seek out the reassurance that fuels so much of the social sphere today. For those who rely on shared opinions or group identities for connection, a Sigma's indifference can feel like a barrier, but this is simply his way of staying true to himself. His refusal to conform is not an act of defiance, but an uncompromising commitment to authenticity, a quality that leaves him grounded, unaffected, and often seen as unreachable to those still searching for validation from the world. Number 8, comfortable with silence. Sigma males are completely at ease with silence, a trait that can be both intriguing and unsettling. Unlike many who see constant conversation as a way to connect or validate interest, Sigmas don't feel pressured to fill every pause. They're not uncomfortable with quiet moments. In fact, they value them. For a Sigma, silence doesn't mean disinterest or detachment. It's simply space to think, reflect, or just enjoy the moment without the noise. This confidence in silence can be misinterpreted by women who are used to partners who talk to reassure or entertain. For them, quietness might signal boredom, arrogance, or even indifference. But for the Sigma male, silence is a form of communication. It shows that he's comfortable in his own skin and doesn't need words to prove his presence. When he does speak, it's because he has something meaningful to say, not out of obligation or to avoid an awkward pause. This silent self-assuredness can be disarming, even frustrating, as it challenges the usual rhythm of interaction. Yet for those who understand it, silence with a Sigma male becomes a shared experience, a comfortable, honest space where neither person feels the need to perform. His quiet strength invites partners to see that true connection doesn't always need constant conversation. It's a confidence that comes from within, allowing his partner to simply be without the pressure to fill every moment with words. Number 9, logical over emotional responses. Sigma males bring a refreshing, though sometimes perplexing, approach to handling emotions. They prioritize logic over raw reaction. When faced with conflicts, disagreements, or even moments of intimacy, they lean on calm analysis rather than intense emotional responses. This doesn't mean they lack feelings. Instead, they choose to temper their emotions with reason, aiming to see situations objectively rather than through an emotional lens. For them, this approach is a way to find clarity and ensure that actions align with their principles rather than being swayed by fleeting feelings. However, for those accustomed to more expressive partners, this restraint can be mistaken for emotional unavailability or even indifference. Women who expect validation through emotional intensity might feel a disconnect, wondering if he truly cares or if he's just too detached to engage deeply. But in reality, a Sigma male's thoughtfulness is a mark of respect. He believes that knee-jerk reactions often complicate things and prefers to respond in ways that are constructive rather than impulsive. To a Sigma, this logical approach is an effort to create a steady foundation, a relationship built on understanding rather than drama or volatility. And while it may take time to appreciate this mindset, those who do often find a partner who is reliable, fair, and consistent. The Sigma's restraint isn't about shutting down, it's about ensuring that every response, every decision is carefully considered, rooted in reason, and meant to strengthen rather than disrupt. Number 10, privacy as a priority. For Sigma males, privacy isn't merely a preference, it's a way of life and a firm boundary. They guard their personal lives closely, allowing only a select few to truly see the depths of who they are. This isn't about secrecy or distrust, but rather a deliberate choice to protect their inner world from unnecessary exposure or influence. Sigmas believe that certain parts of themselves are sacred, kept for their own understanding and growth, rather than for external validation or input. This need for privacy can be difficult for some women to accept, especially if they're accustomed to partners who openly share every thought, plan, and feeling. In many relationships, intimacy is measured by transparency, with the idea that more openness equates to greater connection. But for the Sigma male, connection doesn't require constant disclosure. Instead, he shares selectively and meaningfully, revealing only what he feels genuinely enhances the relationship. For those seeking unrestricted access to every corner of his life, this guardedness may feel like a barrier, as though he's keeping them at arm's length. Yet, for the Sigma, it's a matter of preserving authenticity and independence. When he does let someone in, it's intentional and sincere, a sign of trust rather than obligation. Understanding this about him can turn what might initially feel like distance into a deeper respect for his autonomy, knowing that his privacy isn't a rejection, but a part of his integrity. Number 11, values respect over attraction. A Sigma male operates on his own terms, and at the heart of his interactions is a fundamental priority: respect over attraction. While many people rely on charm or attraction to influence others, a Sigma finds these superficial. What matters to him is respect, rooted in character and mutual understanding. In a world that often values attraction as a tool of influence or currency, his indifference to it can be both unsettling and frustrating for those who depend on allure to make an impact. He won't bend or be swayed by charm alone. To him, admiration without respect is empty, even manipulative. This mindset can come across as dismissive or even intimidating, particularly for those who are accustomed to having their way through charisma or social power. A Sigma man isn't looking for validation in flirtation or attention. He's looking for something real, a connection based on integrity and substance. This respect-driven approach doesn't mean he's cold or unfeeling. It's simply that he's uninterested in surface-level interactions. His standards are high, but only because he values authenticity and depth over fleeting attraction. To truly reach him, a person must bring more than just charm. They need to show qualities that earn his respect. In this way, the Sigma male is like a mirror. He only reflects back what is genuine. Those who approach him with sincerity often find him deeply loyal, valuing their connection for what it truly is, rather than for any superficial appeal. Number 12, unshakable self-reliance. Sigma males embody a level of self-reliance that is unshakable and to some disconcerting. Unlike those who seek a partner to complete them or fill an emotional void, Sigmas operate with a firm sense of wholeness and independence. They don't rely on anyone else to validate their worth, support their goals, or define their happiness. This approach can feel unsettling, even intimidating, for women who expect to be needed or to play a significant role in shaping their partner's life and ambitions. To a Sigma male, self-reliance isn't a rejection of others, it's simply an acceptance of responsibility for his own life and emotions. He doesn't seek someone to fix or complete him because he's already done the inner work to stand on his own 2 feet. This independence means he isn't interested in games of dependence or codependence, nor is he swayed by attempts to draw him into traditional relationship dynamics, where one partner's role is to lift or complete the other. This unwavering self-sufficiency can make a Sigma seem distant or emotionally unavailable to those looking for a partner they can influence, guide, or rescue. Instead, what they encounter is a man who is entirely comfortable with himself, who isn't afraid to walk alone if necessary, and who sees a relationship as a partnership of equals, not a source of validation. This confidence can be both compelling and intimidating, revealing a strength that doesn't seek approval, only mutual respect. Number 13, rejects labels and stereotypes. Sigma males reject the comfort of labels and refuse to be boxed into stereotypes, even those that society or partners may try to place on them. They are not interested in fitting into conventional roles or aligning with expectations simply to make others comfortable. This commitment to authenticity over conformity often means they show up in ways that defy easy understanding. One day they may seem introspective and reserved, and the next decisive and assertive. But each facet is genuine. It's just that a Sigma sees himself as a multidimensional person rather than a role to be played. For some women, this resistance to being typecast can be confusing. Many relationships are built on a basic framework of expectations, how each person should act, the rhythms of connection, and even predictable behaviors that offer security. With a Sigma, that framework goes out the window. He's not someone who can be defined by a list of traits or expected behaviors, and he certainly doesn't alter his personality to meet others' ideas of what a good partner or strong man should be. In essence, a Sigma is a challenge to anyone who wants predictability, conformity, or easy definitions. He forces others to see him as he is, without the filter of labels or stereotypes. And while this can make it hard to pin him down, it also makes him profoundly real, unfiltered, unique, and unwavering in his refusal to be anything other than himself. Dear brothers, if you've enjoyed this deep dive into Sigma males, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Tap the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos and join the conversation by sharing your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for tuning in. Remain blessed.